Hello.
I'm Dr. Ophira Malawi, co-founder and CEO of NitroFix. At NitroFix, we have developed a groundbreaking method for producing decentralized, emission-free ammonia from just water, air, and renewable energy.
Okay. Sorry, where do I see my slide?
Oh, there you go.
Okay. 1 minute, technical. The other side. Okay, hi everyone. A bit excited being here, so I'll start. So I'm Ophira Melamed. I'm NitroFix co-founder and CEO. At NitroFix, we are changing the ammonia world. We have a decentralized, affordable production of green ammonia. So you probably ask yourself, why ammonia? Ammonia is the world's second most produced industrial chemical, mainly being used as a fertilizers. Around 200 million tons of ammonia are being produced every year. Its production method was invented 100 years ago by Professor Haber and Professor Bosch. Both of them got a Nobel Prize for their invention because it enables a mass production of ammonia, which enables the growth of the population all around the world. This process includes two steps. The first step is production of hydrogen, which is made out of fossil gas and emits huge quantities of CO2. The second step is reaction of hydrogen with nitrogen at elevated temperatures and pressure. This process emits huge quantities of CO2. For any tons of ammonia that is being produced via the Haber-Bosch method, around 2.5 tons of carbon are being emitted. This is a staggering number. It's around 450 million tons of carbon emissions every year, roughly as Great Britain emits a year. So if we look at it, we have the global emission. Usually those are huge facilities located in remote places, and they are using fossil gas, which has supply chain risk and price fluctuation. And this is where we come, NitroFix. Based on technology developed by Professor Ronnie Newman from the Weizmann Institute, NitroFix was established. The technology uses only water, air, and renewable energy that goes into our electrochemical cell, and we are producing ammonia with zero carbon emission. This electrochemical cell is known as electrolyzer. We have our proprietary catalyst to do this reaction from just water and air, and this proprietary catalyst enables us to do the reaction at low voltage. And the meaning of low voltage is low power consumption, and therefore low price of production. It is a simple and safe operation, and it's a one-step process, which means low capex. For our customers, it is constant and low production cost of ammonia. It's eliminate the supply chain hurdles and the transportation cost that is associated with the ammonia. And of course, it is a green solution. Now we will move to the demo, live demo at my colleagues from Israel. So Dr. Meital Alon, so let's move to the demo. Thank you. Go ahead, Meital.
Thank you, Ophira, for the introduction. I'm thrilled to demonstrate our state-of-the-art ammonia-producing electrolyzer system featuring a 250 centimeter square active area incorporated with our breakthrough catalyst. This system is fed with air, water, and renewable electricity to produce ammonia locally with zero carbon emission and with the lowest production cost. Back to you, Ophira.
Thank you. Let's move back to the slide. So what we are going to sell, so we are planning to sell the decentralized green ammonia generator. We are going to do a strategic partnership with electrolyzer manufacturer that we would bring our core knowledge of production of ammonia, and he would bring his core knowledge of electrolyzer manufacturing, and we would sell the generator, the consumables, the maintenance, service, and of course, licensing is an option. So if we look at the market, it's, as we said, it's a huge market. Nowadays, mainly fertilizer, refrigerant, and raw material. But as regulations are changing, a new green energy market is evolving. Ammonia can be used as a nitrogen carrier. It is already being used as a fuel for maritime. There's one vessel that is going out around the world with ammonia engine and ammonia, and of course as a gas turbine power generation. And the estimation that it's going to grow to triple the consumption that is needed. So what is our go-to market? We plan to go to industries, something like, which uses ammonia as their feedstock, raw material, any pharmaceutical, food industry, cosmetic. For example, I dye my hair, so for any woman that dyes her hair knows that ammonia is needed to dye the hair. And I do want all the things that I'm using to be sustainable. So for me, it is important that the ammonia would be also green ammonia. So we are looking for companies that sustainability and regulatory compliance are important for them. They are low to medium volume users. They have experience handling ammonia. Don't forget, ammonia is a poison, and we don't want regular people that are not trained to produce ammonia. And for those companies, the consistency of the ammonia supply and the price is important. We started a discussion with the companies that you see here, with BASF, with ICL, which is a fertilizer company, and L'Oreal, and more and more. So I will not go into the competition because I'm running out of time. So we are based in Israel, and we won the Cleantech 2 weeks out of 50 best companies to watch. And I couldn't do all of this without my amazing team back there in Israel. So as you can see them here, 6 of them PhD, either in chemistry or mechanical engineering. And we have Professor Ronnie Newman, our scientific advisor, to support us. So thank you. I join you.
Thank you, NitroFix. Judges, who wants to start us off?
Maybe you could tell us a little bit about your differentiation from other green ammonia approaches?
Sure. So I skipped this slide because we had no time. So something fun. We are the only. So the other competitors usually are using two-step process, which uses the first step are using hydrogen. So they produce green hydrogen, and then the next step they take this hydrogen and react it with nitrogen to produce ammonia. We have a one-step process. We go directly from water with, of course, nitrogen or air to ammonia. So by having only one-step process, we can save capex, but also we can save a lot of electricity, because just the production of hydrogen requires 1.8 volt of the reaction, and our reaction is around 2 volts. So we need the same energy of just the hydrogen, but then they have a second step of the Haber-Bosch, the hydrogen and nitrogen, which requires additional energy and additional capex. So therefore, we are much more competitive, and our price should be much lower.
How much cheaper can you get to?
So according to our calculation, once we reach the performance that we are aiming to be around $350 per ton of ammonia, green ammonia.
Other questions?
Excellent. How experienced are your customers with actually running plants decentralized?
So that's the reason we would like to go with chemical manufacturers that are experienced with manufacturing. So the reason that we don't think it's right, because ammonia is being used as a fertilizer, so we could go theoretically to the farmers themselves and tell them, take this system and produce your own ammonia. But for now, we think it's not a great idea at this stage, because ammonia is hazardous material. So we would like to go to a chemical manufacturer that anyway knows how to manufacture. They know how to handle hazardous material. So therefore, they know how to produce. It would be quite easy for them to adopt additional production method.
And is there a minimum scale for these customers for you to become interesting?
So this is one of the things that we are testing now. So we've signed 2 LOIs with universities here in California. That by the end of next year, they will test like 1 ton of production of ammonia. So this would be our first system that goes into the market, and we want to test it together with our customers to see the production and to see if they have any questions. And then we can, since it's an electrolyzer, so I didn't say it, so it's a modular system. So you can start with a stack in one size and then enlarge, or you can stack few stacks together. So once we have the technology working, then it's a modular system.
I'm curious, how volatile has the ammonia market prices been overall? And the reason why I ask is, I imagine your direct customers would want to, they'd be impacted by this. This will still be a CapEx, maybe lower, but still CapEx. So I'm curious how volatile that has been and how that could impact their investment decisions, into an early stage opportunity like this.
So that's a great question because the answer it's very volatile. So for certain times when the gas prices went up,
Yep.
the ammonia price went up to $1,500 per 1 ton of ammonia, even more than this. And this is what we call X factor. So this is without the additional of transportation. So when the gas prices goes down, the ammonia price goes down. So this is a lot of fluctuation within the price. So in our case, 70% of the production cost is coming from electricity. So we are aiming to have renewable electricity on site. So to whatever the demands of electricity that is needed, this is what we are going to use. So it should be quite constant price.
And maybe can you expand further on what some of the early customer learnings have been?
Sorry?
Can you expand further on what some of the early customer learnings have been?
Okay, so we had a discussion, first of all, EnBW, so this is a German company, so they are doing electricity, so they came to visit us in Israel, in our office. So what is the interesting thing? They are doing renewable energy, and in some hours, they have too much renewable energy, so they don't know what to do with this renewable energy. So one of the ideas is that once they could produce ammonia, store it, and then use it back as an energy source. So for them, the electricity price is almost neglectable because they are the one that is producing the energy. Other companies that we are discussing with are chemical manufacturers. For example, we spoke with Adama. It's a pesticides company based in Israel. So for the pesticides manufacturing, they do need ammonia. So they need a constant supply of ammonia. And sometimes in Israel, it's a bit challenge. So for some time, they paid $2,000 per 1 ton of ammonia. And in other times, they had no ammonia at all. Just for your question, we had discussion with BASF. So BASF they have their own facility to produce ammonia, but they're using fossil gas. But since the war from Russia and Ukraine, so the fossil gas pipe was damaged. So they had no fossil gas to produce their own needs of ammonia. So they are looking for alternative production methods that are not based on fossil gas. And this is huge point.
All right, unfortunately, we are out of time. So give it up one more time for NitroFix.
Well done.